is because if they motion the receiver, your guys are going to flip. All right? If they motion the receiver, your guys are going to flip. So what you want to do is you want to have this off, and you want to have this on baseline, okay? Right? I want to man up a linebacker with him, right? You're going to hit the direction pad. You're going to hit it twice. So you're going to hit the right direction pad. You're going to hit the right one, right? You're going to hit the right D-pad twice. That's going to pop up all of the linebackers, right? Let's say I hit the left D-pad twice. That's going to pop up all of the defensive linemen, right? That is probably the biggest skill gap that I see. And he's catching on the sideline over here. Travis Kelce, he just keeps catching it right in this area, right? He keeps catching it on the sideline in this area. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip the safeties. So I subbed the safeties. Now I have my deep out zone, KO, on that side, on wherever he's catching to. These are some of the most important things that you're going to need to do in Madden. YouTube, what's up, boys? Man, this is always my favorite time of the year. Every YouTuber, this is our favorite time of the year, man, is from August, from the time the game releases, until about January. This is just the best time of the year, man, for Madden. But in this video is going to be, I'm going to give you a lot of defensive tips, man, to start the year. This is for beginners and advanced guys, okay? So a lot of the stuff that I'm going to talk about is going to be more leaning towards the advanced side, okay? Now, if you're a beginner, you need to watch this video because the more you play, the better you're going to get and the more you're going to understand. And also the way I explain things, I feel like I explain things very well. And so I feel like you're going to understand. You're just going to not know how to do it just yet. So that's why I want you to stay for the video. Now, you advanced guys, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about for the most part, okay? But I'm going to give you guys defensive tips for this year, okay? And from what I've seen so far since I played the game. All right, so let's hop into it. All right, so first things first, blitzing is an L right now, okay? Blitzing in any nickel, okay? 3-3, nickel over, 3-3 cub on all pro is not a good idea, okay? Blitzing out of over G, not the best idea. Blitzing out of dime, not the best idea. Okay, if the only time I would ever blitz is either in 6-1, okay, which I will have a video on 6-1 coming. I actually have a gameplay video where I ran into a guy who was running 6-1 on me, and he was bagging me. We ended up pulling through with the win, but that will be up on the channel too, so you're going to want to watch that so you can kind of see. I was running spread against it. Okay, so you can kind of see how I did that there. But I would only blitz out of 6-1 or dollar. I wouldn't blitz out of really any other formation. This is just not a blitzing year. All right, so what I'm going to do is now I'm in Tampa 2. Okay, I'm in Tampa 2. Now, I want you to always do this, okay? So if you hold the turbo button, okay, and then you push down, if you're on the defensive side, you hold the turbo button and you push down on the stick, you can see the offensive player's abilities. This is something that you need to keep an eye out for, right? You don't just look at your abilities and see what you have. You also need to look at the offensive side. You need to see, okay, this guy keeps passing to Travis Kelce. What does he have? Okay, he has tight end apprentice. All right, so what does that mean? That means tight end apprentice, whenever he's lined up at the tight end position, he can go on a post, a crosser route, a corner route, or a trail route, which is like a little greater than sign. It's like a you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like it's just a trail route. It's like a greater than sign. It's like a little out and up. Okay, so now I know he has that, and I know he has deep out elite. Okay, so deep out elite, improved catches on deep passes outside the numbers. Okay, so let's look at Micah Hyde outside the numbers. So all in this area, Travis Kelce is going to hang on to the ball. That being said, right, Micah Hyde has mid-route KO. Okay? He has mid-route KO. Poyer has deep out zone KO. Why is that important? Okay, so as you see, Kelsey has deep out elite, which means he's going to most likely hang on to the ball outside the numbers. Okay, on the defensive side, on my side, I have deep out zone KO, so that's going to cancel out his ability. So it all depends on, is your opponent throwing to the right side outside the numbers, and is he catching Kelsey over here, right? Is Kelsey catching the ball on this side, or is he catching on the left side? Okay, if Kelsey is on a crossing route, right? If Kelsey is going up here, boom, and then he's running this little crosser route and he's catching it out here, you're going to want to flip the safeties. Okay, so if that's the case, I call a timeout, right? And then I'm going to go into substitutions. So I'm going to hit Y or triangle. So I'm going to go and I'm going to find him. Okay, Poyer, boom. I'm going to sub him out, and then I'm going to put Micah Hyde right there. Okay, then I'm going to go back into Tampa 2. Okay, so now the next time that Travis Kelce is on a crossing route and he wants to catch it outside the numbers, look what I have on this side now. I have deep out zone KO. So he's going to break on that ball outside the number, and he's going to give me the best chance to knock that ball out. So these are some of the things that you're going to need to keep an eye out for. Is you're going to want to check the offensive abilities, and you're going to want to see, okay, cool. Travis Kelce, he keeps throwing to the right. He keeps throwing to the left side, and he's catching on the sideline over here. Travis Kelce, he just keeps catching it right in this area, right? He keeps catching it on the sideline in this area. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip the safeties. So I subbed the safeties. Now I have my deep out zone KO on that side, on wherever he's catching to. These are some of the most important things that you're going to need to do in Madden. Okay? Right? Tre'Davious White, he has acrobat, he has deep out zone KO. Okay? If he has deep out zone KO, what I need to do, right, is I can do something like this. Okay? He has deep out zone KO, right? So I can have him in a quarter, right? He doesn't have what Hyde has, okay? Micah Hyde has mid-route KO. So look at these two. You have mid-route KO on Micah Hyde. What mid-route KO means is that means man coverage, okay? So he's not going to activate unless it's in man coverage, okay? So let's say Travis Kelce, right? Say Travis Kelce keeps getting open. The offensive guy is hitting that crossing route, hitting him on the sideline. Boom, I got that covered. I have the deep route KO. Now let's say, a few moments later in the game, now Travis Kelce is on a corner route. All right, he's on a corner route, and he's catching it every time. So what you're going to do is you're going to man up Hyde to Kelce, and Hyde has mid-route KO. And it only works in man coverage. So now, the next time he tries to throw that corner route, Micah Hyde's going to have a way better chance to knock that ball out. Okay? So these are some of the things on defense that you're going to want to do. All right, that took a little bit of explaining. The rest of the video won't be that long, but that's the most important tip is you have to know your abilities. You have to know, okay, where is my opponent hitting me, and where can I adjust accordingly? Cool? If you like what you see so far, man, you're going to want to hit the subscribe button, guys, and drop a like for me for taking the time to do this for you, okay? Let's hop into the rest of the video. All right, another thing that I've noticed is as of right now in the game, match coverage is really not that good unless it's all Madden. If you're in all Madden, match coverage is phenomenal. If you're in all pro, match coverage is just not working for me. It may work for you, but as of right now, I don't see the benefit of running match coverage, okay? Another defensive tip is this right here, okay? There's a time and place to have this on. There's a time and place to have it off, okay? If you're in dollar, okay, I would recommend you have this off. Why? Okay? The reason why is, let's say I'm coming out in DB fire, right? And then let's say they come out. Say they come out in bunch. Now, I don't have 2 controllers at the moment. I need to buy one. The next video I'll have one. But I raged the other day. And yeah, so you probably know, right? The worst rage in Madden history. Literally, that was the title of my video. That day, I broke one of my controllers. So I need to go and buy one. And I'll never break another controller again. It's just pissing money away. But yeah, the reason you want to have your dollar to off is because if they motion the receiver, your guys are going to flip. All right? If they motion the receiver, your guys are going to flip. So what you want to do is you want to have this off, and you want to have this on baseline, okay? Right? Anytime you're in dollar, you want to have this in baseline. There's only one play where you don't want it baselined, okay? And that is spinner. All right, if you're running spinner, guys, you want this either to default or man. All right, and then you can have this flipped on. Okay? But I would highly recommend you always keep this off. Okay, on is only if you're an experienced player because you can quickly adjust if you see man switching. The reason you don't want this on is because of man switching, guys. That's the main thing. Man switching is, I have, let's say I have Tyreek Hill in the slot. Right? My strong safety is on Tyreek Hill, manned up. Right? The guy motions Tyreek Hill over. Now it's going to man swap. So now my free safety is on Tyreek Hill rather than my strong safety who was originally on him. That's what man swapping does, is it messes with the whole coverage. So I would highly recommend you just keep this off. Keep this to default. Okay? So if you're going to run spinner, it's not the best idea to have it baselined. Okay? So if you're going to run anything in dollar, I would highly recommend that you have off and you have base. We have DB fire, right? We have cover 1, right? We have cover 4, right? These are not the plays. These are for defensive tips. Now, another defensive tip is swap ball. Okay? There's a time and place for swap ball. So this is situational based. All right? So it's 4th quarter right now. Right? Let's say it's 4th quarter. It's 4th quarter. It's 21-21. And it's a 4th it's a 4th and 15, right? And you're on the 30. Okay? Let's say I'm on defense. It's a 4th and 15, right? It's a 4th and 15 and he's going for it, right? And there's a minute left on the clock. The reason you want swap ball is because if I have play ball, so they have a balanced, they have play ball, and they have swap ball. If I have play ball or if I leave it to balanced, and let's say he throws a deep corner route and I end up picking the ball off, that's actually an L. I mean, you're actually taking an L by doing that. So let's say I catch an interception on a deep corner route, 4th and 15, 4th and 20. I catch an interception in this zone right here, this deep zone. Let's say I catch an interception right here. This is a big time L. The reason being is because instead of swatting the ball and starting right here on the 28-yard line, instead, I'm having to drive all the way back down the field with time running out. And, you know, these little things, that's what separates a good Madden player from a great Madden player. It's the ability to recognize, okay, cool. If he's on his own 30-yard line, I need to go to swap ball. So that way, they just swat the ball. I take over at his 28. Rather than catching an interception way down the field and then having to drive all the way back down the field. It just doesn't make any sense. You're actually losing yardage. So that's one of the most important things that I see people mistake all the time is not knowing when to turn swap ball on. You only want to turn swap ball on in that situation. Okay, so that's another tip. Next is going to be audibling, okay? Audibling for you beginner guys and advanced guys. 3-3 to 3-3 cub. 3-3 to 3-3-5 wide is still going to be very good, okay? So I'm setting audibles right now. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing. All right, so this is what I'm doing here, right? So this is what I'm doing here. Is I'm going to audible every single play from 3-3 to 3-3-5 wide to 3-3 cub. Now there are certain things that you need to understand. Is I'm going to actually switch these two. I'm going to put Von Miller over here at left end. Boom. So I'm going to put Von Miller at left end. Now, why am I doing that? The reason I'm doing that is because this is a scrambling year, and most of the QBs on regs, or most of the QBs just in the game, are right-handed. Okay? Most of the QBs are right-handed, which means most likely they're going to roll out to the right. So I want Von Miller right here. He's going to give me the best chance at a QB contain. He's going to give me the best chance to hawk down that QB. That's why. That's why you want him here. Vice versa. I'm going to switch these two back to the way they were. I'm going to keep Von Miller at right end. Right? If Michael Vick is on that side. Right? Because Michael Vick, you want to roll out to the left. But there is no Mike Vick in regs. So that's what I'm going to do there. Okay? Personnel here. This is extremely important. Is you want to sub in safeties here. What I've noticed is keeping at least one linebacker is pretty is decent for the run game. Okay? I don't know who these guys are, but right? So I have two safeties, one linebacker. Right? And then I have Hyde and Poyer. And then we go over the same thing we went over last time, which was, remember, Micah Hyde has mid-route KO. This is just for an example. So you want to man him up with somebody on a corner route. You want to man him up with somebody, you know, on a crossing route, right? Because he has mid-route KO. On a slant route, you want to man up Micah Hyde. Right? Right. And then Poyer, he gets deep out zone. So if you're getting hit outside the numbers towards the sideline, you want to put Poyer on that side that you keep getting hit on. He's gonna break on that ball. He's gonna have the KO. He's gonna knock out that ball. All right. Next tip is going to be hitting L2 for audibles. All right. So when you hit L2 for audibles, or you hit I still don't even know the button layout. LT, right? I'm so used to PlayStation still. I've never gotten used to the controllers. Since I've switched to Xbox, I've never gotten used to it really. But anyways, so yeah, you hit LT or L2 and you're going to have audibles, okay? You're going to want to have some of your best audibles here. Now, I want you to notice, look at these audibles. Cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, cover 0. Let's look at 3-3, right? Because I'm audibling from 3-3 to 3-3 cub. I hit L2 or LT. I have the same thing. Cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, cover 0. What do you notice about these two? What do you notice? You notice that the cover 2 on this spot is in the same position here as 3-3 cub. What do you notice about cover 4? Cover 4 is in the same position as cover 4 and 3-3 cub. Absolutely genius. I've done this every year, and I tell you guys to do this every single year. This is so important. All right? My cover zeros, my man blitzes are always going to be R1 or what is this? RB, right? So my man blitzes on this side is going to be RB or R1. Boom, same thing here. So that way when I come out, excuse me, but that way when I come out into 3-3, right, I'm going to audible every single play from 3-3 to 3-3 cub. Let's say that this is going to be one of the metas, is this audibling down. 3-3 to 3-3 cub is going to be meta. It's been good 3 years. It's still good this year. I was running it online. It's still very good. But as you'll see, 3-3 normal, 3-3 reg. I have Tampa 2, cover 3, cover 4, cover 0. Boom, I go over, right before I audible. I have cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, cover 0. A system. I have a system, boys. If I'm getting no huddled down the field, the no huddle is so good. I don't have to think about, I don't have to go over to 3-3 Cub. Shit, where's my cover? Where's my cover 4? You know what I mean? I'm just like, all right, cool, boom. Cover 4, right? That saved me about, what, 8 seconds or something like that, trying to find that play. By that time, the play's hiked. So not only do I know exactly where my cover 4 is, but I can adjust accordingly, and I can start adjusting. I can do that right here. I can have a Mabel on the right side, boom. And then what I'm going to do, put him in the mid, and then I'm going to use Micah Hyde. It's stuff like that that will make or break your defense. All right, and I'm re-recording this actually after I made the video. There's still more left in the video, but I actually forgot to mention this. All right, one of the things you want to do, guys, is especially for you beginner guys, is you have to know how to use the direction pad. Okay, this little thing right here. This right here is what's going to make you a better Madden player, right? Using the direction pad or the D-pad, all right? So instead of going over here to, let's say I'm on Hamlin, I'm using Hamlin, right? You don't want to go to Williams and then, you know, man coverage, put him over here, right? Come over here. You click on him, you put him in the outside quarter, you click on him, you put him, and you're trying to switch things up. That is probably the worst thing that you could do. All right, it's just, you're wasting time by trying to find him, you know, and then maybe one time you accidentally click onto the D line, and then you have to re-click onto this guy, and then like this right here just happened, right? The ball snapped, right? So I'm going to teach you a little trick, all right, for you to understand. So what you want to do is you want to stay on your guy. Let's say I'm using Williams. This is my user, right? Let's say Travis Kelce keeps getting open, right? And let's say I want to man up a linebacker with him, right? You're going to hit the direction pad. You're going to hit it twice. So you're going to hit the right direction pad. You're going to hit the right one, right? You're going to hit the right D-pad twice. That's going to pop up all of the linebackers, right? Let's say I hit the left D-pad twice. That's going to pop up all of the defensive linemen, right? That is probably the biggest skill gap that I see. Another thing real quick is, all right, let's try to test my speed, but I'm going to try to man up Kelce with this guy, and then I'm going to go over here on this side, and I'm going to man up this defensive end with the running back, all right, which is going to be pretty difficult. Let's say we come out in the play, and I'm on my user, right? I'm always going to blitz my user. Blitzing you, when you blitz your user, your guy moves a lot faster, okay? That's just something to keep in mind. I haven't noticed a big difference this year, but it still works, right? So boom, boom, and then I come over here, boom, right? So I man these guys up, right? It didn't take that long, but I could have been I could have been quick snapped. And what if I got quick snapped when I'm on Oliver right here? Then I'm basically fucked. All right. So, right. So the easiest way to do that is you're going to hit right twice. So you double tap it. So you hit once, you hit twice. You hit the right D-pad twice. That's going to pop up the linebackers. And then I want to man up him. So without having to go and click on him, I already manned him up by using the right D-pad. You just hit it twice. You hit it twice real quick. Same thing with the left side. Boom. And then as you'll see here, right, whenever I click on the guy, the icon, it gives me options. I can do a man coverage. I can do a blitz. I can do a QB spy. I can spy him. I could do a bluff blitz. A bluff blitz is a 3-rec, okay? So I could do that. But in this case, I wanted to man up the running back, right? So without having to do this, without having to click on to this guy, click on this guy, and then try to find him, right? Let's say I end up on this guy. He snaps the ball. I'm stuck on a corner, right? That's just not what you want, right? So let's see how fast my speed is, right? So right? So let's see how fast my speed is. Boom, I'm done. Right, it was that fast. I manned this guy up, and then I manned him up with the running back, and they're on complete opposite ends. That's just how important it is. Let's say I want to switch some zones up. Let's say I want to make a cover 3 cloud, okay? So instead of coming over here to Tre'Davious White, and then I click on him, and I put him in an outside third, and then I move over here. I put Poyer in an inside third, okay? Then instead of doing that, right, let's say this is the stock play. So instead of clicking over here, I'm going to use the safety adjustment. So to hit, when you hit it, the D-pad, the right D-pad twice, it pops up linebackers. When you hit the left D-pad twice, it pops up the defensive ends. Now, when I hit triangle or Y and I hit that twice, that pulls up my secondary. All my DBs. I see Tre'Davious White is the B and Poyer is A, right? So I'm going to quick adjust this. Boom, I'm already done. Quick adjust, right? While still being on my middle linebacker user, right? That's so much faster than going over here, putting him in outside third, coming over here, putting him in an inside third, right? Just boom, boom, boom. I could even switch it up like this. Boom. I did all of this within about 5 seconds. Not even 5 seconds, like 3 seconds. So what I did is I put Tre'Davious White in a cloud flat, right? Ended up putting this guy in a curl flat, put Poyer back over there in a deep zone, and then I manned up Von Miller with Kelsey. I did all of that with less than 3 or 4 seconds. All because the D-pad is my best friend, right? You always want to use a D-pad, and you always want to use a quick adjust. Let's hop back into the video. And zone drops, I will make a separate video for zone drops, man. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. I really hope you learned something. Let me know if you thought this video was fire. Let me know if you learned something, man. That's my job, is to teach you guys. You know what I mean? Let me know you learned something. Keep an eye out for the zone drop video I got coming. I got some of the best zone drops to use and stuff like that, man. But just remember the things that I was talking about, man. Know when and when not to base align, okay? Know when and when not to have this on, right? If they flip, you flip with them if you're off. So that's one of the things you have to understand. Is if they flip their bunch, you need to flip your defense. If they flip back, you flip back. You know what I mean? That's the only downside to not having it on. But it's so worth it because you can't get man swapped, stuff like that. All right, but nonetheless, man, I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Much love. Peace out and good luck.